Um, Tashidile, everyone, and a very good evening to all of you. Right. So, first of all, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. As we all know, the very reason of this prayer meet gathering today we have. So, as we all know that His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama has already left to United States of America for the knee treatment. And for that purpose, and for that very purpose, we have organized this prayer meet for the successful knee treatment of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And before I begin, first of all, I would like to begin with a short prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Thank you very much. So, as we all know that today we have gathered for the medicine Buddha practice and, of course, undertaking the aspirational Bodhisattva vows led by our director, Venerable Geshe Dorji Damdul. And I would also like to mention that, it is really an overwhelming um, emotion for me, as we all know that in every places, in every monasteries, in every school, in every settlement, every people is praying for His Holiness the Dalai Lama for this for this for the successful treatment of his knee surgery. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for gathering here with us, and it is really an auspicious moment for all of us. Thank you very much. And now I would like to request all the offline participants to kindly come up to light the lamp. Oh yeah. First of all, we'll do 3 prostrations, and then we'll be going on with the lightning of the butter lamp. Right. Thank you very much. Of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction for bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all direction to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered misery's gloom. With folded hands, right. Thank you very much, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you. Um, yeah, I would like, I actually forgot to mention to welcome the online participants also who are joining with us from YouTube, and also the Russian participants who are joining us through WebEx online mode. I would like to welcome each and every one of you. And now I would like to request our Venerable Geshe Dorji Damdul to kindly lead this session. Kishla.
Okay, thank you so much, all the participants, offline, online, all of you. And as Kunga Chandela, our program coordinator, he well explained about why we are together here is primarily for His Holiness the Dalai Lama's the successful knee surgery, which is to be undertaken in America. And so the reason why we are gathered here is not that we pray so that His Holiness will have a successful surgery. This is not just a prayer that for His Holiness, like any other Buddhas, whether we pray, not pray, for them there's no difference. But the difference lies, or the lies with respect to the benefit, the beneficiaries, the disciples, the followers, they get. And in the example which I gave earlier is about the, the reflection of the moon in the water body. And no matter you have the water body or not, if you have a water body, yes, you have the reflection of the moon there. If you don't, if the water body dries up, the reflection disappears, but the moon is always there. So the point is that if we really want to reap the benefit of getting the reflection of the moon in the water body, we have to create the water body. We have to make sure that the water body does not dry up. The water body is intact. So the water body here in this context is the merit that we accumulate. And we continue to accumulate merit, and the water body is created. Where the water body is there, the reflection of the moon automatically, invariably will be created. So with this in mind, for us making the prayers and so forth, these will actually help us to accumulate merit, and because of which that His Holiness, because of because of which the whole world benefits, and some people benefit from His Holiness's presence directly, and many they get a benefit indirectly. For example, like even world leaders, they say they want to create chaos in the world, but for a quarter of the mind, they know that there's somebody on the planet Earth known as His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and who would never approve of all these violence in the world, creating divisions in the world, who will never accept it, and that world loves him. So with this acknowledgement, with this recognition, even the world leaders, they are being affected positively. And no matter how difficult the situation is at the moment, um, in the world. But just imagine if the world is without His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the situation would have been way, way much worse than what it is today. So it is because of the presence of His Holiness that the whole world benefits. So our job here is to collectively gather the merit, to make sure that the water body is intact, and we continue to reap the benefit of enjoying this, the reflection, beautiful reflection of the moon in the water body. So in this connection, at the Tibet House, given that through the Narada studies, we have contact, but we've already have the contact with thousands and thousands of students within Narada studies. And through them, there are many people who already know about Tibet House, and because of which we see that this is like a global prayer meet, that we come together and then create the global wave of merit, so that His Holiness's surgery, as Kungala indicated, that it be very successful, that we continue to reap the benefit of His Holiness's presence in the world today. So with this in mind, and also I'd like to bring it to your notice, both offline and online, that today, many of you who they already know about Tibet House, you know what Tibet House is like, who entered the hall, and even those who did not enter the hall before, but having seen this hall through your studies, the online studies, online classes, and many may wonder that, okay, that today there's a little change there. The Buddha statue, beautiful, elegant Buddha statues here. And I must bring this up to you that this is it all is extremely auspicious thing that we did not really plan it that way, but it so happened that the Buddha, this beautiful, elegant Buddha statue came from Malaysia all the way to Delhi to a Tibet house, and that we are organizing this and the prayer meet for His Holiness's good health, and then the Buddha statue installed just yesterday here. So everything coincided so auspiciously. So both offline, online participants, I just like to bring it to your attention that this is how it came. And then you may be wondering that say who are involved in making this happen. Was that in Malaysia, KL, Kuala Lumpur, there's one Sri Lankan monastery, and the chief abbot, Venerable Saranaka, and so I know him all these many years, but we were not really in like extremely close, like close friends. But we know each other, we appreciate each other, and I appreciate him for all these many years through my very genuine friends, Malaysian friends. And then I think last year he happened to visit Dharamsala, and then we invited them, he and the team, to Tibet House, and then we discussed about this Buddha, particularly this particular the sculptural skill. And it was something which I noticed in Malaysia in one temple known as the Chen Shui Temple. And I was so fascinated, mesmerized by the beauty of the sculpture. And I was just wishing that where was it made? And then all these many years, almost the last 10 years, I've been just bringing this to my friends. And finally, last year, this venerable, the abbot, chief abbot of the Sri Lankan monastery in Malaysia, when he was here, he came to overhear what we were discussing. He said that you're talking about the Buddha statue. And I said, yes. And then he said that, what is that like? I gave all the descriptions. Then he would say, if you're very serious, I'll send one from Malaysia. I said, okay, I felt a little guilty in ways that he said, so like I'm begging him for this in an indirect way. It was not. And then so finally he said that I'll do it. And I profoundly admire his quality of integrity. Integrity meaning you make the promise and you fulfill it. Because to make promises is very easy, but to fulfilling the promise is very difficult. So he made a promise and he persevered to make sure that the promise was fulfilled. And constantly he was in touch with us, asking for the address and all the contact details and so forth. And then finally it came yesterday. And he was not at all, taking any credit, nothing. And so kind. So it so happened so beautifully. And so from him, we can learn this quality of what is known as integrity. But you will say something and you do it, making promises and then not leaving it the halfway. This is something which, particularly from the teachings of the Buddha and His Holiness's advice, people should not be doing like this. The promise that we make sure that we do it. And if we cannot do it by any chance, explain it properly, not in a simply because you don't want to do it, and it's not a justification. So this is something that we need to learn from this the Sri Lankan abbot who is based in Malaysia. Okay, thank you. So with this in mind, today we are here, as I said earlier, to accumulate merit within us, collective merit for the world, so that we can continue to reap the benefit of the presence of His Holiness the Dalai in this world today. So with this mind, there are two things are happening here. One is that the first we take the aspiring Bodhisattva vow, and then followed by the medicine Buddha sadhana recitation, which the online participants, you are handed over that the handout, and I'm I'm not too sure if you have the enough of these copies you can share among yourselves. And for the online, we're going to have do the screen sharing, and then we'll do a little bit of mantra medicine Buddha mantra recitations, and so for that matter, for the recitation of the medicine Buddha sadhana, I'm requesting Jeffrey La Jeffrey La from USA to lead the teaching, not the teaching, see the sadhana recitation. Jeffrey La there, and Jeffrey La and Lorilla both are there. And so they will lead the recitation. And before that, we'll take the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. Okay. Kanaso. Okay. Kali, 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 kali. Okay, so with this in mind, setting up proper motivation, which involves three things. One is the refuge field. Number two, visualizing the Bodhisattva field. So with this in mind, setting proper motivation, the refuge field, visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in the space in front of us as so loving, caring, and embracing. And the Bodhisattva field, visualize your Dukkha parents and all of them family members, including children, your grandparents, and all the sentient beings, human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, god and goddesses, spirits, everyone with you. And everyone is there to invoke this Bodhisattva spirit, the desire to be altruistically compassionate and altruistically generating bodhicitta for the benefit of all human sentient beings. And today, precisely that we committed merit, that His Holiness's knee surgery will be very, very successful, and because of which that all the beings, human beings, animals, that all the creatures in the universe reap the maximum benefit of His presence on planet Earth. So with this in mind, let us turn to page 3. Screen sharing, switch go. Okay, offline, please bear with us while, okay, screen sharing. Text down. This house one. Okay, so the point is that the best of the prayer for the success, for the long life of His Holiness, for the success of decision, and so forth, the best of prayer is the bodhicitta aspiration. May I become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. So this aspiration, when His Holiness and all the enlightened beings, when they see that we are actually say the thinking positively, they're inspired. So the best and the most effective positive thought is to generate the altruism to become Buddha for the benefit of all the sentient beings that will make them the most happy. With this joy and happiness in the mind, the aspiration to live long, the aspiration for the say the success of any treatment will be very successful. So with this mind, let us recite the verses together by reflect on meanings and imagine that you are leading this practice and all the sentient beings are joining us. And treated with great compassion, you taught immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And treated with great compassion, you taught immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. I pay homage. And teach by great compassion, you taught immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Sanye joda zoge jonam dai chanju bardo dane kyalsoch dage sonam dola benjir sanye dobarai sho sanye joda zoge chonam chanju bardo dane kyalsoch dage jinso gebe sonam gi Dola benjir sanje dubare jo sanje joda zoge chonamla chanjo bando dane gyabzo je dage jinso kebe sonamgi Dola benjir sanje dubare sho. I go for refuge and enlighten to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. In dependent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, no sameness. I prostrate to the concept of Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is free of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which through the knowledge of all these hearers seeking pacification and complete peace, which through the knowledge of paths causes those helping migrants achieve the aims of the world, which shall subdue with expounded variety of teachings. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata, and protector, to you are mere prostrations. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you the Buddha make prostrations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. We'll recite this house mantra, the essence of dependent origination mantra 3 times. And those of us who do not know how to recite this, don't worry, just listen to us. And in fact, I would personally say that this mantra is extremely precious. And even if you don't know how to recite this yet, don't worry, just learn how to recite this and listen to with others when we recite this, and then learn how to recite it. And this will be good for yourself, good for your family, good for the world. This will be very good for everybody. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato hyevatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma he tum te sham dathagato hyevatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato hyevatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well is taught by the great seer. Profound, peacefully elaborate, free, clear-lighted, and non-composite. Such is the nectar that Dharma have discovered. Finding no one to fathom this teaching, in silence I will return to woods. Beyond our twins' thought and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unseized, and has initial space. Is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas of the three times of the obeisance. The four seeds of the Buddha's teachings. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are nature of suffering. All phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha. The Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until an end to the expense of billions of eons. The Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove the spiritual realization not transferred to them. Is by seeing that the beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries gloom. If you're attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you're attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there's grasping, you don't have the view. Okay, let us turn to page 14, page 14, page 14. Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. To the founder, the entire transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the full destroyer, completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, and our transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subdued from the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings of refuge. When, O supreme amongst humans, you are born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I'm supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then, I prostrate. With pure bodies, from supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, filmed as blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme science, face like a spotless bone, color like gold to you prostrate. Trusting like you, the 3 worlds are not, incompatible wise one to you are prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, filled of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the Tathagata I prostrate. The purity that frees from attachment, the virtue that frees from who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the Sangha I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a visual apparition, a flame of lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud sea, conditioned things as such. Through this merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the 4 falls, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Okay, let us turn to page 29, Heart Sutra, page 29. The Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate to the irretrievable gem. Thus did I hear at one time the Buddha was traveling on the Masa Valsha's mountain, Rajgriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then through the part of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara: how should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra: Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly, beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composite factors, and consciousness empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unseen, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composite factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no object touch, no phenomenon. There's no I element and so on, up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There's no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there's no suffering, origination, cessation path. There's no exalted wisdom, no attainment, also no non-attainment. Shariputra, that because there is no attainment, Bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, there is the endpoint of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly completely awakened to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment and reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of the great knowledge, unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, to be known as truth since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared, Teata Gade Gade Bara Sam Gade Bodhiswam. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Buddha arose from that concentration, commanded the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Aravarugateshvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage. It is like that, it is like that. One should practice a profound perfection of wisdom, just as you indicated, even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Buddha having thus spoken, Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Aravarugateshvara, who surrounded the entire, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Buddha. We'll say this Harsu mantra 7 times together, that any obstacles potentially be there, and they'll all be cleared by our recitation of Heart Sutra. And so this is how we do the visualization. Deata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyatha 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 Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisattva. By the teachings of three supreme jewels possessing the power of truth, may inner and outer hindrance be transformed, may they be dispelled, may they be non-existent, may they be pacified, may all negative forces opposed to the Dhamma be completely pacified, may the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified, may we be separated from problems, conditions harmful to the Dhamma, may all enjoyments be in accord with the Dhamma, may all spaces of perfect happiness pervade this place now. Okay, we'll read from page 35, 8 verses for training the mind. And here the idea is that as we read this, some of us may feel that it is very self-denial. Self-denial meaning that may the victory be offered to others, may get all the loss or the defeat be taken by myself. You may feel very self-denial. The idea is that all our problems, not for any of the reasons, is all because of our self-centered attitude, because of our selfishness. And then where the selfishness is there, the negativity is just faster and proliferates. So the idea is to get rid of this self-centered attitude. And what are the symptoms of the self-centered attitude? One is the ego. Number two is the anger. And some people may not be too egoistic, but they have the anger issue there. And the anger and the ego, how they rise by dependence on the respective cause conditions. So the author here, the greatly enlightened Bodhisattva Geshe, he helped us identify what are the factors which trigger the potential ego and the anger within us, and then identifying the factors well. With the skillfulness, we eradicate these factors which otherwise would create anger and the ego within us, and thereby our anger and ego, they are under control. So this is what we see mentioned here. And the factors which are responsible for triggering anger and the ego is all related to that I suffer and then others are better than me. Why should I suffer? Why should I'm not good at anything. You feel so low yourself. You feel so hopeless. So identify these factors, and particularly people harming you and people trying to abuse you and so forth. So these are the situations where the ego and anger arise. So identify them and see how to skillfully administer and get rid of them. So this is a wise way of the expanding your heart of compassion for all beings. So this is what His Holiness the Dalai Lama has been teaching us, what the Buddha taught us, and this is what we need to follow. If you do that, then His Holiness will be so happy that there's every reason that I should live long, that I should be healthy. So these are the ways, this is the meaning of the prayers. When we do something good as intended on a profound sense, not just superficially that, oh, I should be kind, but how kind? The real kindness is the tested, it is the tested when we go through difficulties. So under such situation, when you're able to demonstrate your compassion and maintain the composure, this real test that you succeed in the practice of compassion, and you prove yourself as a real student of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the real student of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Okay. Let's read this together. With the determination to achieve the highest aim for the benefit of all sentient beings, which surpasses even the wish-fulfilling gem, may hold them dear at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest amongst all, and from the very depths of my heart, respectfully hold others as superior. In all my deeds, may I probe into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confirm them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character and those oppressed by strong negativity and suffering, may I hold them dear, for they are rare to find, as if I have discovered a jewel treasure. When others, out of jealousy, treated me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn, may I take upon myself their defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I've helped or in whom I've placed great hopes mistreats me in extremely hurtful ways, may I regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly. May I quietly take upon myself all the hurts and pains of my mothers. May all these remain undefiled by the stains of age, mundane concerns, and may devoid of clinging be released from bondage. From my two collections, vast the space that I've amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds is blind with ignorance. Okay, so next we page turn to page turn to page 37, 7 in practice, page 37. And the meanings are self-explanatory. It doesn't require the explanation. Just let us read them, reveal the meanings, and as the meanings are reflected, the whole purpose is fulfilled. 7 in practice, except from the King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Samadhi. I bow down to the authority of Ven.Geshe, you the Buddhas, the lions amongst humans, God of freedom in the present, past, and the future, in the world's 10 directions. To all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With energy or aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every particle of Buddhas, numberless and particles, each of them is a host of Bodhisattvas. I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you, oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I'll sing the breathtaking accidents of Buddhas and celebrate all of you Sugathas. Beautiful flowers and wrinkled garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense offered to you victorious ones, the Buddhas. Fine dress and fragrant perfume, scented powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings on spectacular array offered to victorious ones, with transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I've done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and ignorance, all these are openly laid bare before you. I lift my heart and rejoice in all the merits of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solid realizers here still here training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings, who are the bright lights of the world in 10 directions, have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All you are my guides. Please turn the supreme will of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight merit I may have accumulated by making prostrations, offering, and confessing, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddha's teach, and now dedicate all this for the full awakening of all beings. Okay, model offering. Next page, page 40. Model offering, best of model offering is the offering of your Dharma practice. Dharma practice compassion, expanding the compassion on the basis of deepening the understanding of the wisdom of dependent origination. So with this mind, just let us offer the practice of our taking aspiration Bodhisattva vow and the practice of the medicine Buddha mantras to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, requesting him to please accept these offerings and that His Holiness lives long, that His Holiness' surgery be successful for the benefit of the whole world. This ground, anointed with perfume, streamed with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this is a Buddha filled and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure land. Oh, Ven.Geshe Mendo Tam Re Rab Ne She Nye De Ge Ba De Sanye Shendo Me De Buvaye Jogunam Da Shelai Chubarai Sho. The four dharmas of Venerable Gampopa. May be blessed that my mind is directed towards the Dharma. May be blessed that the Dharma practice on the proper path. May be blessed that the path is free of flaws. May be blessed that the flaws of sin and the Lord of exalted wisdom. The four Dharmas of Venerable Bhikshu Mahasattva become utterly frustrated with the ignorance that grasp at true existence. Please bless me with genuine renunciation, seeing all aspects of samsara as vicious and repulsive. Please bless me that my mind stream overflows with the precious bodhicitta that cherishes others more than myself. Please bless me to have an immaculate experience of the wisdom of emptiness that does not see even an atom of intrinsic reality on the basis of understanding how things come into being by dependent origination through mere conditioning. Please bless me that my mind stream overflows with the precious wisdom of the non-duality bliss and emptiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mendelagam Nirateyame. Okay, next, page 42, the foundation of all good qualities. This is a roadmap to our Dharma practice. Roadmap for us to attain the total fearlessness and to attain absolute or infinite happiness. We need a roadmap. So this roadmap, only 14 verses, yet extremely succinct and comprehensive and self-explanatory, means very profound. Of course, we can go in depth each of these points. So let us just see how much we can reflect on the meanings of these the verses, and that be offered as our offering to His Holiness. The foundation of all qualities by Lama Tsongkhapa. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind and perfect pure Guru. Direct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to apply respect, understanding that precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate a mind that unceasingly, day and night, takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, results of virtuous and non-virtuous karmas follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is to thwart all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, and alertness in great question arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I've fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all of their migratory beings. Please bless me to see this twin and supreme bodhicitta and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if developed bodhicitta, but I don't practice the 3 times of morality, I'll not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the Bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I've pacified distraction to wrong objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of Kamabhata and special insight. Having become a pure vessel by training the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis for accomplishing the 2 attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and bless my life. Then having realized the importance of the 2 stages, essence of Vajrayana by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions. Please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Gurus who showed noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it long lives, please bless me to pass by completely all out the inner hindrances and normal lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of stages in the paths, by accumulating the state of Vajratara. Okay, now generating the mind of consummate yoga or taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. For this, we will do 5 minutes of the breathing meditation or shamatha meditation, 5 minutes. Then we will move to taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. Okay, ready? And I'm sure that there are some newcomers here, those perhaps your first time exposure to meditation, a single point of meditation. So what we suggest is that I'll give you a very quick instruction on this. For single point of meditation, of course, many people, they say that, okay, I do meditation, and then I do meditation, how do you learn it from YouTube? This is not a good idea. We should make sure that it doesn't matter what tradition, be it Chinese tradition, be it Theravada tradition, or Tibetan tradition, within Tibetan tradition, Sakya, Kaikyu, Nyingma, it doesn't matter whatever tradition, as long as it comes from the genuine, authentic tradition, that's fine. So what we're going to do is something more like a very secular meditation. Secular. It does not really involve a very specific tradition or a religion per se. Instead, it's going to be very secular. Anybody can do that to build the power of your concentration. For that matter, 4 points to keep in mind. 1 is the body posture. Number 2 is the focal point. Number 3, identifying the errors of meditation. Number 4, applying the remedies to overcome the errors. First, the body posture. This is also known as the Buddha Vajrayana's 7-point body posture. 1 is the cross-legged position, and number 2, upright, body upright, and number 3, your head tilted forward a little bit, and then your next to your eyes not closed, half open, and 45 degrees cast down, and just ignore, and then the tongue touching the upper palate to avoid excessive accumulation saliva in the mouth, and breathe normally, the teeth and the lips in the natural course, and breathe normally. And roll your right hand on the left hand, and tips of the thumbs joining, forming triangle. Place 2 hands on your lap in restful state. So that is your body posture. So while you sit upright, make it a point that our body is not rigid. It should be flexible. Next is the focal point. Focal point meaning what you're going to meditate on, what you're going to focus on. We're going to focus on the number 1 is just counting the breath. Breathe in, breath out. Just forget of all the other engrossments your mind otherwise was engrossed with. Just forget all the things. Just count your breath. Breathe in, breath out. Cycle 1 again. Breathe in, breath out. Cycle 2. We'll do it for 5 minutes. And for younger ones, it can be like 60 cycles. For the elders like my age, it can be like 80, 90. In other words, healthier you are on your breath, the less number of the breath, longer the time span for the breath would be longer, which means that your breath is small, like 60 would be ideal for the younger ones. Okay. And the errors of meditation, what mistakes can we make when we do meditation? 2 mistakes. 1 is mental laxity, which means the drowsiness, the heaviness, mental sinking. In other words, the inactivity of the mind. The other one is mental excitement, meaning that overactivity of the mind, where your mind, goes into getting scattered and distracted. This is the mental excitement. So these two errors are there. If you end up with any of these two errors, go for the number 4, applying remedies to overcome the errors. And the remedies, twofold: introspection and mindfulness. Introspection is to keep an eye on your mind to see whether your mind is meditating, is distracted, or in relaxed state. And should you see that your mind is distracted or in relaxed state, then apply the mindfulness. Mindfulness is to bring the mind back to the intended original meditation. Okay, having said this, 5 minutes, ready? Okay, since that we have after taking the Aspirational Bodhisattva vow, we have the medicine Buddha sadhana to um, to do with or to continue with. So therefore, we're going to do the shorter version of the Aspirational Bodhisattva vow. So for this, okay, let us reinforce the visualization of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the space in front of us, a soul loving, caring embracing Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama here. And imagine that you are leading this practice and all the sensumists are joining you to take the Aspirational Bodhisattva vow. And for somebody to take the Aspirational Bodhisattva vow, it is not necessary that the person should be Buddhist. Anybody who simply admires compassion towards others and somebody who can commit themselves in ways that from today onwards, I'm going to try my best. This is His Holiness's words. This is His Holiness's the sentiment to share your own love and affection for others and to not to harm others. So if this is what you appreciate, you're entitled to take this Aspirational Bodhisattva vow. Even if you're a non-Buddhist, even if you're a non-believer, it's fine. You can take this Aspirational Bodhisattva. In other words, it is to make sure that you become a better person, more kind person, more sensible person, that at home you are not a troublemaker. Rather, you are somebody there to calm the whole family, in your workplace and so forth. Okay. Buddhist mind, mentally let's invoke the spirit. In other words, we all have the Buddha nature, whether you're a believer or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Whether young or old, it doesn't matter. Educated, uneducated, rich, poor, everyone has the Buddha nature within us, see the perfection within us. Everybody has the capacity to experience the ultimate happiness, to experience total fearlessness. And that potential is known as the Buddha nature. Buddha here doesn't mean Buddhism. It means awakening, ability to be awakened fully, awakened from the sleep of darkness to the sleep of the darkness to the awaken of the wisdom, and the sleep of the self-centered towards the awakening of bodhicitta. So with this in mind, because of this, the foundation potential that exists within each one of you, each one of us, with this in mind, let us make a commitment. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear sentient beings. And imagine that you are inspiring everybody to make this commitment to invoke the greatest of the compassionate mind, which is bodhicitta. With folded hands, verbal as well. I'll say this line of bodhicitta, and let us all say this, repeat this 3 times together. And even though what you say may not resonate with what you actually think, this is the main of the practice. When you try to mimic your teacher, when you practice music or the keyboard, no music comes out, only noise comes out. But with the constant practice, then gradually what earlier you used to have the noise, now music comes out. This is the meaning of the practice. Likewise, the practice of compassion, where you become more and more compassionate, where you become more and more calm, where you become more and more happy person. So this is the idea of the practice of compassion. So the fact that you discover that what you're saying and what you think, these two don't tally, they are not compatible to each other. There's a discovery that your mind requires more training in the practice of compassion. So with this mind, imagine that you are leading this practice and all sentient beings are joining you. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. Okay, slowly transform this most beautiful mind in this whole universe, referred to as the Bodhisattva. The desire to become Buddha for the benefit of all dear mother sentient beings. Just imagine that this bodhicitta transforms into a beautiful mind of into a this spotless clean moon disk horizontally sitting with the heart. Okay, that's amazing that you made such a courageous commitment to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings, but we need to know that no matter how much you squeeze a handful of sand, no oil comes out. So what guarantees you, what makes you think that you can become a Buddha? Are you not like a handful of sand? Yes, that's true. I'm not like a handful of sand. I'm like a handful of sunflower seeds, squeezing of which oil dust comes out. I have the Buddha nature within me. With effort, the concerted effort, this Buddha nature can manifest in form of Buddhahood. But how come, since time immemorial till now, this Buddha nature never manifested in the form of Buddhahood? And what makes you think that today you can make it manifest? Again, that's true. Till now, I've been just being deceived by the two demons within my own mind, self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. These two are there in the facade of my best friends. And today I'm disillusioned by that. I'm going to do everything to exterminate these two demons. What are you going to do? I'm going to apply a very powerful remedy. What is that remedy? The most powerful remedy, the most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness. What is this wisdom like? Okay, so this is going to be guided meditation on emptiness, and the those of us who are totally new to the concept of emptiness, don't worry. Just try to follow the instructions as much as you can, and this good enough. We're playing a good, I say the we're having a good start. But this that eventually you will come to realize that this wisdom is so precious, and on the occasion of saying praise for his holiness a long life and the successful surgery, the knee surgery, the I practiced this wisdom emptiness, and now we see that this is the most important part of my life. It can happen to us. Like with this in mind, just follow the instructions and see how much you can invoke the respective experiences to the best you can. What are you doing? I'm meditating. And what is your body doing? My body is in a meditative state. And how does this person appear to you? Like a dream, or like contrary to the dream, as so objective, so objectified there. Of course, so objectified there. So this belief that the self exists object for real, this is the ignorance. This is what attracts all the miseries within myself and creating miseries on others. This needs to be eradicated. This needs to be fixed. How to fix that? How do we know that this mind which thinks, which sees the self as subject real, is not a valid mind? How do you know that? Remember what I think Arjuna taught. If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? With a similar token reasoning, if this self would exist objectively, why don't I see this self as I go closer to this object? Okay, now let us go closer to this object. This is technically referred to as the subjecting self to ultimate analysis. Subjecting self to ultimate analysis, just ignore all the things which are not self. You're interested in the objective existence self. Okay, subjecting self to ultimate analysis by going close to this object, we end up seeing the very thin layer of the skin, behind that the fatty tissues, behind that the cartilages, the muscles, the flesh, the bones, the whole skeleton, the heart, lungs, the liver, pancreas, stomach, intestine, and so forth. All these solid parts constitute the element of earth. And of course, the element of earth is not to be identified as this intrinsically as the self. Now, the four liters of blood, which pump in and out by the heart to different parts of the body, which are element of water. Of course, that is not me. Element of fire, 2,600 joules of energy that your body has. Of course, that is not me. That's not me. Element of fire is also not me. Element of air, 4.6 liters of air that you breathe in and out through your lungs. Of course, that's not me. Element of space, 99.99% of your body is just a vacuum. Your body is nothing but made of atoms, and the atoms is nothing but made of electrons, protons, neutrons, and the space between the electrons and the nucleus is so big in comparison with the space occupied by the electrons, protons, neutrons. So essentially, we see that we are just vacuum-like. But I'm not a vacuum. I'm not a person. Even the space is also not me. Yes, next element of consciousness, element of mind. Even the consciousness of the mind is also not me. I'm a male, I'm a female. The gender is posited on the basis of the body, and the but my mind is my mind does not have a gender, and also that people can see me, people cannot see my mind. So from that point of view as well, this mind is also not me. Oh, you're good. So now you have what you're seeing. I'm just seeing 6 elements: and earth, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. And which of the 6 elements to be identified as intrinsically as objectively as a self? None. Okay. Now see if the self is to be identified objectively as distinct from these 6 elements. Remove these 6 elements. What is there to be identified as a self? Nothing is left there. Once removed 6 elements, nothing is left there as a self. Okay, now tell me, where is the self? You've seen 6 elements, and where is the self? So objectively, from the object, where is it? It's nowhere to be seen. I'm discovering that the self is empty objectively. Okay, stay in this experience for a while, but the self dissolves. It doesn't mean the self doesn't exist. Self does exist, but self exists on the conventional level, not on the ultimate level. What we are doing here is subjecting self to ultimate analysis to see if the self does exist subjectively, which is nothing but the ignorance. Okay, with this ultimate analysis, where is the self? Nowhere to be seen. Slowly transform this most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness into a spotless, clean, white Vajra, thumb size white Vajra, vertically sitting on the moon disk of the heart. Okay, this is known as the non-dual bodhicittas. The moon is symbolic of the conventional bodhicitta, which aspires to become Buddha for the benefit of them as sentient beings, to guarantee you to exterminate self-centered attitude, and a version symbolic of the ultimate bodhicitta, the non-dual wisdom of the emptiness of the Arya Bodhisattvas, guaranteed that all your mental defilements, be it afflictive or the cognitive obscurations, to be eradicated completely. Wow, that's amazing. Where these mental defilements are removed, my gold inside, otherwise mixed with the mud is removed completely, and the gold inside glows to the fearlessness and infinite happiness. Wow, this is amazing. Meanwhile, let's not forget that your two parents and all demonstration beings are with you, and they are suffering so badly. Incredibly the intense compassion towards all the beings. And this compassion invokes the Vajramuni at your heart, multiply infinite number of times, and share one set of the Vajramuni at the heart of your mother, one set at the heart of your father, one set of each one of the family members, including children, one of each of the sentient beings here in the world, human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, God and goddesses, spirits in this planet, on the planet Earth, and then everyone in the Milky Way galaxy, in the oceans, in the wilderness, in the forests, in the Milky Way galaxy, and in the entire universe. Okay, that's amazing. Meanwhile, let us also not forget that all the Buddhists, Bodhisattvas, particularly Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, they are watching us Just as the mother, seeing that the child is doing something so good, the mother is extremely focused to see, pay full attention to what the child is doing and how she feels so proud of the child. This is exactly what all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas are feeling, particularly Buddhist Shakyamuni students, that they are feeling today of what are you doing. So with this in mind, why not we invite all the Bodhisattvas, particularly Buddhist Shakyamuni and his students, the Dalai Lama, to be our witness and also our guests with respect to our undertaking the ceremony of taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. So, as a gesture of making the request, let us slowly stand up along with all demons and jimbies to make true prostrations to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas. Okay, if you can, let us sit on our right knees, if you can. Whereas if you have knee problems or backache problems, then sit in whatever position is comfortable to you. Otherwise, we sit on our right knees. Page 50, page 50, page 50. And since that, it'll take a few minutes. They, when you start to feel the pain, then don't keep bearing the pain. Just sit in the most comfortable the position, where the pain should not hinder us from taking our reflection. So our reflection is very important. Yeah, this gata. All this mess. Okay. So I'm going to quickly explain the first these three verses, because that without knowing the meanings and just taking this as a ceremony, the benefit will be much less. And if you, as I said earlier, if you do feel painful, make sure that you sit in the most comfortable position. The first verse is that, so we all, as I said earlier, we all have the potential to become the full awakened. In other words, we all have the potential to experience ultimate, the total fearlessness and infinite happiness. We all have that potential. So we have the potential inside us. It is like each one of us, we have like, you see the Buddha, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, they have the 1 kg diamond. And each one of us, we also have the 1 kg diamond. The difference is that why they are Buddhas and enlightened beings, so we are ordinary beings, is because that their diamond, their diamonds, they are like the diamonds, 1 kg diamond in the showroom. And the diamonds that we have, 1 kg diamond in the ditch. That's the difference. So what's the difference? Which is more expensive? So unwise people say, oh, the one in the ditch is less expensive, one is in the showroom is more expensive. But the wise people, meaning the diamond caretakers, for them there's no difference. They will pick up the one from the ditch, clean this up, put in showroom, it becomes showroom diamond. So each one of us, we have the potential to become a Buddha. Buddha doesn't mean Buddhism. It means the fully awakened one whose diamond manifests fully in experience of, in the form of total fearlessness and infinite happiness, lasting happiness. So we have that potential. So this manifestation this manifestation is synonymous with the unconditional love towards all the beings. In order to manifest this experience, the fearlessness, the infinite happiness, the compassion, the anger, ego, they restrict our mind from making it expansively fearlessness and expansively happy. So the selfishness and the ego and the ignorance, they stop us from experiencing that. So to eradicate that, to counteract the selfishness, our unconditional love is required. And to eradicate the ignorance, we require the wisdom to see the reality in its ultimate form. So this is a journey. It's a journey to cleanse the mind, the true nature of the mind, to so that the true nature of mind will become manifest. So it's a journey of the cleansing of the mind. So this journey is a journey which we have never undertaken thus far, because that this is the journey, most important journey in the universe, and yet we have never undertaken this. We require incredibly great support to this. So the greatest support that we have is what we said in the first line. It says, "I go for refuge to the Triple Gem." This is the first, the support. The great support is the Triple Gem. And then the journey involves the road. And the road must not be blocked by the boulders and the falling trees and so forth. And the it's not external journey, it's a mental journey. The road is none other than our own mind. Our mind must be freed. Mind must not be blocked by the mental defilements, negativities, and so forth. These negativities should be cleared. So the best way by which to do so is by the confessing the negativity. Second line says, "I confess the negativities individually." So now the road is clear, but if the car doesn't have the fuel, again, you cannot undertake the journey. So the car is none other than your own mind, and this car of the mind requires to be filled with the fuel. So the fuel, what is that fuel? Fuel of the merit accumulation and virtues. And the most effective way by which to do so is by rejoicing in the virtues and the merits of the other beings and yourself. So third line says, "I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings." Now that the road is clear and the car is in the fuel, what kind of a journey I'm going to undertake? I'm going to undertake a journey of the Buddhahood. So the fourth line says, "I hold the precious Buddha in my heart." Then the next two verses, the first verse is with respect to you wanted to become Buddha, and who's your role model. You're flipping through the pages of the history. You see that once there was a Prince Siddhartha, 2,500 years ago, Prince Siddhartha, and he succeeded in this journey, which we wanted to undertake. And how did he succeed? He succeeded by creating two factors. The first factor is the factor of a very powerful intention and motivation, the motivation of bodhicitta, wanting to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. And the second factor is to materialize this aspiration, he actually engaged in the Bodhisattva practices. So because of these two things, he succeeded in this. And today, after 2,500 years, still millions and millions and billions of creatures, they benefited because of this Prince Siddhartha who became a Buddha. So likewise, each one of us, the second verse says, the second verse, or the third verse here, says that I will also follow his footsteps by creating these two the factors. One, generating a very powerful intention to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. And then number two, in order to materialize this aspiration, I'll also engage in the Bodhisattva practices to become a Buddha. Okay, with this mind, let's wholeheartedly say this and the first verse 3 times, followed by the remaining 2 verses. Okay, ready? Meanwhile, if you feel pain, please make sure that you sit comfortably. Okay, let's reinforce and visualize all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, but particularly Buddha Shakyamuni Soras the Dalai Lama, and our generating such wholesome mind would guarantee that His Holiness's the knee treatment would be very, very successful. And imagine that you leading this practice and all beings are joining us, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas are with us. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, peace be he to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the mind of bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwelt in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of bodhicitta, and likewise shall I too successfully train the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, peace be he to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of bodhicitta, and likewise shall the true successfully train the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of bodhicitta, and likewise shall the true successfully train Bodhisattva practices. Okay, feel the joy of having received that Bodhisattva vow. Just imagine that say you, as a little girl age 5 or a little boy age 5, for the first time in your life, you make a public appearance, and your parents are extremely supportive, and they left behind whatever they have to do that day to join the audience, to give support to you, to give moral support to you, waving the hands to you. And you are also extremely happy to see your parents there. And this is exactly what's happening today. All Buddhas, Bodhisattvas are so happy. You as a little boy and little girl, very responsible, and they're so happy over what you have done today. So likewise, imagine that you as the little boy and little girl, all these many years, bring complaints from the school that the child is bad, and the mother always feeling so uncomfortable, seeing every time she sees the school principal, she's so uncomfortable. Today, the school principal says, no, we came here to congratulate you, telling the mother. For what? The principal says, your son and your daughter, two of them are appointed as the best of selectors, the best of the students for this year of the school. And the mother could not believe her eyes in years. After all these many years, today for the first time, she is hearing something so pleasant, and she could not contain the tears. This is exactly what's happened to all Bodhisattvas, and all these many innumerable lifetimes. We've been always engaged in negativities, forget about taking the aspirational Bodhisattva vow, always engage negativities, while the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they expect us to do something good, virtuous, and wholesome, so that we'll have happiness, no miseries. On the contrary, we just engage in negativities and continue to suffer. But today, what you did today, all the Buddhas, they've really felt so much of joy, and they sigh with the relief today. And with this joy and happiness, all Buddhas feel, His Holiness the Dalai Lama Buddha feel. Imagine that they invoke the Vajramon from the Buddhas Bodhisattva's heart to multiply infinite number of times, and descend to merge, like rain shower, they descend to merge with one that visualizes to the heart, thereby becoming non-dual, stabilized, and blessed. Likewise, all the radicals, Buddhas, they watch the moon from the Buddhist Bodhisattva, they descend to merge with the one that visualizes the heart of your mother, at the heart of your father, at the heart of each of the sentient beings, all the sentient beings, thereby becoming non-dual, stabilized, and blessed. This is amazing. This is the greatest of the gift that you can make to all Buddhas, the sentient beings. And today you have gifted the beings with this practice of the dual bodhicittas, non-dual bodhicittas. Likewise, of all the offerings, the Buddha made it very clear that one moment of generating compassion far excels the gifts of the whole universe filled with gems, diamonds, silvers, and gold, and so forth, and offered all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. If this were to be the case, what I mentioned of our having taken the aspirational Bodhisattva vow today, and today you have done this, you have made the greatest offerings to all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, particularly to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And this will guarantee that the surgery is going to be extremely successful. And from your life, you see that this is the greatest, this is the greatest of the purpose and the meaning of life. And today you have given a purpose to your life. Amazing. All these wonders are happening because of the blessings of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. As a gesture of thanking all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, let us slowly stand up to make 3 prostrations to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Okay, please take your seats. Please now sit comfortably. Let us turn to page 51. Page 501. Okay. We are very fortunate, indeed very fortunate. We are very fortunate that we came in contact with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, got the opportunity to receive blessings from His Holiness, teachings from His Holiness, guidance from His Holiness, and then the Bodhisattva, the core values and the values that His Holiness the Dalai Lama cherishes so much are the Bodhicitta and wisdom emptiness. And today we have generated these two. So what about our future lifetimes? So for that matter, we're not sure. So to make sure that in the future lifetimes also it happens, is that in this life we'll try our best to continue to invigorate these two practices and see that we include that in a form of very powerful prayer, as you find here in this page 51, the first verse. The soul will say these 3 times and mentally invoking the thoughts, let the thoughts flow in line with the words, the wordings. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious bodhicittas even in the cosmic life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious bodhicittas even in the cosmic life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious bodhicittas even in the cosmic life. In order to further increase this bodhicitta from now on, those with discernment who have loosened the seas and awakened in mind of bodhicitta in this way should highly praise in the following manner. Today my life has borne fruit, having well obtained this human existence. I've been born in the family of the Buddha, and when now one of Buddha's children. Thus, whatever actions I do from now on must be in accord with the family. Never shall I disgrace or pollute this noble and unsullied race. Just like a blind man discovering jewel of Hebrew rubbish, likewise by some coincidence an awakened mind has been born within me. Is the supreme embroidery that overcomes the sovereignty of death. It is the inexhaustible treasure that delivers all poverty in the world. It's the supreme medicine that quells is the tree that shelters all beings wandering and tied on the path of conditioned existence. It is the universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy states of birth. It is the adornment of the mind that expels the torment of disturbing conceptions. It is that great sun that finally removes the misty ignorance of the world. It is a quintessential butter from the journey of the milk of Dharma. For all those guests traveling on the path of conditioned existence who wish to experience the bounties of happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and actually place them in supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all protectors, I invite the world with guests at a festival of temperate and ultimate delight. May gods, demigods, and all be joyful. Okay, can I have this medicine with a short text sent out? Okay, now I request Jeffrey Love to text you. So, text Page number 5. Okay, let's turn to page number 5. Page number 5. Okay, Jeffrey, are you there?
I am, Geshe-la. Thank you so much
Okay,
for
thank you,
requesting
Jeffrey.
this. Thank you.
So Jeffrey, what we do is that since that the preliminary part we already did in great detail, we'll just from page 5. The just below that. No, keep going down. No, keep going down. Visualization. Yes. Okay. So what we do is that Jeffrey will recite this, and they so as Jeffrey will recite this, we'll all read together. Together, and then those of us who already received empowerments, any empowerment, particularly with respect to Medicine Buddha empowerment or the empowerment of any other deities, for example, like Shri Vyasamaja and so forth, then you can, as indicated here, whatever's written here, we do the visualization accordingly. Otherwise, those of us who did not really receive empowerment of Medicine Buddha or the empowerment of other deities, then you can visualize the as described. You visualize Medicine Buddha on your crown. Simply put, those of us who have no idea what we are reading, the Buddha here, let's say, visualize similar Buddha. The difference is the color blue and holding say the arms ball filled with nectars and the medicinal herbs. So this is what you visualize. That's good enough. So otherwise we go to the detailed recitation. That's the recitation of the text, and then after that we have the mantra recitation. We'll do the short mantra shorter version of the mantra for like one mala 108 times together, and then dedicate the verses properly. Okay, Jeffrey La, over to you.
Thank you so much. I feel honored to be able to do this. Visualization. Above the crown of Guru Medicine Buddha is a wish-granting jewel, which is in essence my Guru. Above that is the Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, Nguen Gelpo, whose body is red in color, his right hand in the mudra of bestowing sublime realizations, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, Chudra Jatsoyang, with a yellow-colored body, his right hand in the mudra of bestowing sublime realizations, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, Nyanyen Mecho, pink in color, with both hands in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, Serzang Drime, pale yellow in color, his right hand in the mudra of expounding the Dharma, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, king of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, Rinchen Dawa Dampe, Marap Dujenpa, Jepa Ziji Jayanji Jelpo, reddish color, yellow in color, with his right hand in the mudra of expounding the Dharma and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, renowned, glorious king of excellent signs, Senleandra, yellow in color, with his right hand in the mudra of expounding the Dharma and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Requests to the Medicine Buddhas. To you, Buddha, renowned, glorious king of excellent signs, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having thoroughly realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, king of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. Visualization. Granting your request from the heart and holy body of the King of Medicine, Guru Medicine Buddha, infinite rays of white light pour down, completely filling your body from head to toe. They purify all your diseases and afflictions due to spirits and their causes, all your negative karma and mental obscurations. In the nature of light, your body becomes as clean and clear as a crystal. The light rays pour down twice more, each time filling your body with blissful, clean, clear light, which you absorb. You are thereby transformed into the holy body of Guru Medicine Buddha. At your heart appears a lotus and a moon disk. Standing at the center of the moon disk is the blue seed syllable Om, surrounded by the syllables of the mantra. As you recite the mantra, visualize rays of light radiating out in all directions from the syllable at your heart. The light rays pervade the sentient beings in all 6 realms. Through your great love, wishing them to have happiness, and through your effort, your great compassion, wishing them to be free from all suffering, they are purified of all diseases and afflictions due to spirits and their causes, all their negative karma and mental obscurations. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bhadurya Prabhya Radza Tathagata Arihata Samyat Sambuddhaya Tadya Ta Om Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ranza Samogati Soha Swaha. And now we'll recite the Medicine Buddha mantra in its short form 108 times.
Okay, Jeffrey, okay, as we recite this mantra 108 times, what we can do is that we can just visualize Medicine Buddha over your crown, on your crown, and from the Medicine Buddha's the crown, throat, and the heart, the light rays and nectars, they descend to all the beings, all sentient beings who are suffering, their miseries are resolved, and then wherever domestics, the communities, the different countries, when there are where the problems are there, all these problems are resolved, and particularly that His Holiness's knee surgery, that it be with great success, that every being can get the maximum benefit of His Holiness's presence and recovery. So with this mind, nectar's descent, and this visualization is required to be done. Okay, 108 times. Tiyata Om Begase Begase Maha Begase Raja Samungade Swaha Tiyata Om Begase Begase Maha Begase Raja Samungade Swaha Tiyata Om Begase Begase Maha Begase Raja Samungade Swaha Tiyata Om Begase Begase Maha Begase Raja Samungade Swaha Tiyata Om Begase Begase Ma Begaze Ranza Samangade Soha Theata Om Begaze Begaze Maha Begaze Ranza Samangade Theata Om Begaze Begaze Maha Begaze Ranza Samangade Swaha Theata Om Begaze Begaze Maha Begaze Ranza Samangade Soha Theata Om Begaze Begaze Maha Begaze Om Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Bhagase Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Swaha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Swaha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Swaha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Swaha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Swaha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Theata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Ransa Samangade Swaha Theata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Ransa Samangade Theata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Ransa Samangade Swaha Theata Om Bhagase Maha Bhagase Ransa Samangade Swaha Theata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Ransa Samangade Swaha Theata Om Bhagase Ma Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Ma Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Mangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Mangade Yada Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samangade Soha Dhyata Om Maha Bhagase Rasa Samangade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Mahabhagase Rasa Samagade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase 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 Bhagase Mahabhagase Rasa Samagade Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase So Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Soha Dhyata Om Bhagase Bhagase Maha Bhagase Rasa Samagade Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deoda Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Yada Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Yada Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Yada Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Yada Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Yada Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Yada Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Maha Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Rasasamavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasasamavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasasamavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasasamavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasasamavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasasamavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Swaha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Swaha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Samavate Deata Om Begaze Maha Begaze Raza Samangade Soha 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 Yada Om Begaze Maha Begaze Raza Samangade Soha Deata Om Begaze Maha Begaze Raza Samangade Yada Om Begaze Maha Begaze Raza Samangade Soha Deata Om Begaze Maha Begaze Raza Samangade Soha Deata Mahabhagavate Rasamogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Rasamogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Rasamogade Soha Deata Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Rasamogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Rasamogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Rasamogade Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Swaha 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 Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Soha Deata Om Bhagavate Mahabhagavate Raja Samogade Swaha. Okay, we will read the next line, the para. All sentient beings are transformed into the aspect of the medicine Buddha, Guru. How wonderful that I am now able to lead all sentient beings into the medicine Buddha's enlightenment. The fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully completed Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, Guru Medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Light, to you I prostrate, go for refuge and make offerings. May your vow to benefit sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. A purifying rays of light pour down from the Guru Medicine Buddha's heart, the holy body, eliminating your sickness and afflictions due to spirits and their causes, all your negative karma and mental obscurations. The body is completely filled with light and becomes clean, clear, light crystal. Then the rays radiate out in all directions, purifying the sicknesses and afflictions of all mother sentient beings. The Guru Medicine Buddha melts into the light and absorbs into your heart. Your mind becomes completely one with the Dharmakaya, the essence of all Buddhas. Okay, so before we do the dedication, let's turn to the long prayer of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. A long prayer of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. A page number, anyone? Where is it? Page number? Anyone? No one. Okay. Not 54. This the 267. Ven.Geshe. 267. Yes. Thank you. Ven.Geshe. Okay. 267. This long love prayer of His Holiness the Dalai Lama was composed by His Holiness's two teachers. His Holiness two teachers, the most respected, His Holiness Ling Rinpoche and His Holiness Tejang Rinpoche. Two of them composed many years ago, perhaps like 50, 60, 50 years ago. Okay, we'll say this together. Om Swasti, to the assembly of great and the most kind teachers, both present and past, the miraculous dance of the body, speech, and the mind of the innumerable Buddhas, manifesting in accord with the aspirant spiritual capacities, the wish-granting jewel, the source of all virtue and goodness, to you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the assembly of all meditational deities, manifesting as countless matterless and divinities, the magical clouds of immaculate transcendent wisdom, reaching to the furthest expanse of the space of ultimate reality, to you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To all the victorious Buddhas of the three times, endowed with their 10 powers, and who are even masters of the gods, and those attributes of perfection are the source of all compassionate deeds, benefiting the vast ocean-like realm of sentient beings. To you we offer a prayer of this fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the assembly of sacred doctrine embodied in the three vehicles, supremely serene, jewel treasure enlightenment, stainless, unchanging, eternally good, and the glory of all virtues, which actually liberates beings from the suffering of the three worlds. To you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To all members of the enlightening noble spiritual community who never stray from the thoroughly liberating Andaman city, who possess the wisdom eye that directly sees the profound truth and has the valor to destroy all machinations of cyclic existence, to you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the assembly of heroes and darkness, heavenly beings of the three worlds, who appear in the highest paradises in the sacred places and as cremation grounds, and who through the creative play in the hundredfold experience of bliss and emptiness support practitioners in their meditation on the excellent path, to you offer prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 aeons, shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the ocean of protectors endowed with eyes of transcendent wisdom, the powerful guardians and upholders of the teaching, who were inseparably in the merit logs, the not symbolizing their pledges to the Vajradhara, to you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 aeons, shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. Thus to this congregation of excellent undeceiving refuge, we pray that by the power of this prayer, expressed from the heart, filled with fervent devotion and humility, may the body, space, and mind of the soul of the land of snows, the supreme Naval of some Tenzin Gyatso, be indestructible, unfluctuating, and unceasing. May he live immutable for 100 eons, seated on a diamond throne, transcending decay and destruction. You are a jewel heart, embodying all compassionate, beneficial deeds. O most courageous one, you carry on your shoulders the burden of all the Buddhas of the infinite realms. May all your noble aspirations be fulfilled as intended. By virtue of this, may the heavenly doors of the fortunate era be open eternally as a source of relief and respite for all beings, and may the auspicious signs, each of the apex of existence, release as the sacred teachings flourish through all times and all realms. May the nectar stream of the blessings of the Lotus Holder always enter our hearts and nourish them with strength. May we please you with offerings of a dedicated practice. May we reach beyond the shores of perfect compassionate deeds through the blessings of the wondrous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, by the infallible truth of the laws of dependent origination, and by the period of our fervent aspirations. May the aims of my prayer be fulfilled without hindrance. Okay, now we are done with this. We'll do a short dedication prayer, which is on page 5, page 52. Page 52. Page 52. Teacher, teacher. Oh, teacher, teacher, teacher. Oh, okay. So this is going to be a quick dedication prayer. And then tomorrow we're going to have the same program at 6 o'clock here. And the offline, online, YouTube viewers. And we also have a group of Israelis headed by Benla. The group Israelis, they also being a part of this program. The program, the Long Life and Prayer for His Holiness. So you're also there, and the Russian group is also there separate. And we have the English section also. English section meaning the rest of the world taking part. So with this mind, let us pray that His Holiness's knee surgery becomes extremely, extremely successful, and that his wishes are that the world be a better world where everyone, all sentient the beings in the world, they embrace each other rather than pushing each other away from each other. So embrace each other with love and affection, and that the genuine what brings everyone together is the feeling of the compassion and feeling of bodhicitta, with the deeper understanding of interdependence of ones from others. So may these teachings of the Buddha of bringing the beings together, bringing all sentient beings together, the way the Buddha Shakyamuni did, the way His Holiness the Dalai Lama is doing to bring all the sentient beings together on the basis of the altruistic bodhicitta, grounded on the understanding, the deeper understanding of interdependence of all phenomena. So may these teachings flourish in the minds of all sentient beings. May all the diseases, illnesses, hunger, the pains, and so forth, be quelled from the planet Earth and from the whole universe as soon as possible. May everyone be cleansed of the mental defilements, of the afflictive obscurations, the carnal obscurations, particularly on the ego and the anger, and grounded on this self-centered attitude. So with this mind, let's recite the following verses together. I dedicate the matter thus gathered to the realization of the deeds and the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the holy doctrine of scripture and insight, may in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect in the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast the space that I've amassed, from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief waiting Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom has planted by ignorance. Thank you all, offline, online, YouTube, the viewers, everyone, Russian group, the Israeli group, everyone. And let's conclude with the Heart Sutra mantra 3 times. Deyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Now next over to Washindala.
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much, Venerable Geshe. And before I conclude this session, I would like to mention that, on behalf of everyone, we are extremely overwhelmed to have this very opportunity created by Venerable Geshe to have this prayer meet for the successful knee treatment of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and wishing him a long life. So, which is why I'm really I, on behalf of everyone who are present here, would like to thank Venerable Geshe. And also, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here for this very prayer meet and making this prayer meet a very successful one. So thank you very much, everyone. And I would also like to make an announcement for tomorrow's event. Tomorrow we have the Tara Sadhana practice and the Aspirational Bodhisattva vows. And the timing will be same. It will be 6 o'clock Indian Standard Time. And the venue will be Conference Hall, Tibet House. So I request each and every one of you to kindly come and visit Tibet House for this next prayer meet, where we'll be doing the Tara Sadhana practice and the Aspirational Bodhisattva vows. Well, thank you very much. And I would like to make an announcement about the talk distribution. So we have talk distribution for all the offline participants. Unfortunately, we don't have anything for the online participants, but we request all the online participants, whenever you visit Tibet House, we'll be very happy to offer you a cup of tea and the talk. Thank you. And we have made some arrangements of tea and cookies and desi. So I would request all of you to kindly go down to the reception area where you can help yourself with all those goodies. And thank you very much, everyone. And thank you for this lovely evening. And all the younger ones, you can kindly come up for the talk distribution. Thank you.